Hello Metas! How are you all? It's been a while since I uploaded a video guide. In this video, I'll show you how to duplicate traits. I'll also guide you on how to combine these traits until we get the 3 golden traits. But before we start, I really appreciate that you're here and I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. Alright, without further ado, let's begin. Now, I assume that you already have all the traits you're planning to build for each deviant. If you still don't know how to get them, you can watch my previous video guide that will help you collect rare deviant traits. The first step is to place the deviant with the trait you want to duplicate. For this example, I want to duplicate Psychic Kid. On the right side, we'll place another clean deviant with no traits. But take note, if you're duplicating a combat trait, both parents must be combat deviants. The same goes for territorial traits. If they aren't in the same category, there's a chance the trait won't be inherited. For the fusion material, we will use clean deviants. As you can see, there's only a 50% chance of inheriting the main trait we want to duplicate. To increase this percentage, we add clean deviants with no traits as fusion materials. Each clean deviant increases the chance by 10%, and we have 3 slots available. So we can raise the inheritance rate from 50% up to 80%. And there you go, our first duplicated deviant with the trait we wanted. What if we fail to duplicate the trait on the first attempt? Don't worry, there's still a second chance. You can use the deviant that you previously used as the parent from the failed attempt, but this time we'll use it as a fusion material. For this step, you need to place a clean deviant of your choice. Remember, if we need a combat trait, we must use combat deviants as parents. After placing the clean parents, we'll now add the deviant from the previous attempt along with 2 more clean deviants as fusion materials. The chance will be lower this time, down to 70%, but it's still pretty high. And there you go. We successfully duplicated it with a 70% chance. A simple tip from me is to duplicate as many as you can so you never run out of good traits in your inventory. Now we will proceed to adding a second trait to our deviant. The mechanics are the same as before. We'll place the first combat deviant on the left, the one that already has the Psychic Kid trait, and on the right, we'll place the deviant with the second trait we want, which is Power Rewind 2. Our goal is to combine these 2 traits into one deviant. For the fusion materials, the process remains the same. We'll place 3 clean deviants in the middle to raise the inheritance chance to 80%. Using clean deviants is always the safest way to boost your success rate since they don't carry any unwanted traits that could interfere with the combination. This gives us a solid chance of successfully merging the 2 traits into one deviant. And just like that, we successfully combined the 2 traits into one deviant. Now our deviant has both Psychic Kid and Power Rewind 2. This is exactly how you can gradually build up your deviant with multiple powerful traits. The process might take a few attempts, but with patience and the right fusion materials, you can create a deviant with all the traits you want. Next, we'll move on to adding the third trait. Our deviant now has 2 traits, Psychic Kid and Power Rewind 2. And we'll place it in the right side, and on the other side, we'll place a deviant with the third trait we want to add, Moonlight Assault. As before, we'll use clean deviants as fusion materials to boost the inheritance chance. With this setup, we're aiming to create a deviant with all 3 golden traits: Psychic Kid, Power Rewind 2, and Moonlight Assault. And there you have it. We successfully added the third trait. Our deviant now has all 3 golden traits: Psychic Kid, Power Rewind 2, and Moonlight Assault. With careful planning and the right fusion materials, you can create a truly powerful deviant ready for any challenge. Remember, patience is key, but the result is definitely worth it. Now that we have our deviant with all 3 golden traits, the next step is to duplicate it. The process is similar to what we did before when duplicating a single trait. We'll use this 3-trait deviant as parent A and place a clean deviant as parent B. For the fusion materials, we'll add 3 clean deviants to increase the inheritance chance. This way, we can create a duplicate deviant that also carries all 3 golden traits, ensuring you have backups and more options in your inventory. Oops, looks like we failed to duplicate it this time, and the new deviant only inherited 2 of the golden traits. Don't worry, this can happen, especially when trying to duplicate multiple traits at once. The good news is that we still have a second chance. We can use the deviant from this failed attempt as a fusion material for the next try, along with clean deviants, to increase our chances of successfully duplicating all 3 golden traits. And now, after a few attempts, we've successfully duplicated the 3 golden trait deviants multiple times. We can now use them as fusion materials for our main deviant. For this final setup, I'll use 2 deviants with 5 skill and 5 activity ratings as parents. As fusion materials, we'll add 2 copies of the 3 golden trait deviants that we duplicated. In my case, since I'm in the new scenario, I'll use a chaos mutagen to create a chaos snow sprite. But if you're in a different scenario, you'll need to use the deviant you're targeting as the 5/5 parent to achieve the same result. And there you have it. Success! Our final deviant is a Chaos Snow Sprite with a skill and activity rating of 5, and it has inherited all 3 golden traits thanks to the duplicated copies we carefully used as fusion materials. This means it's not only powerful in terms of traits, but also fully optimized for performance in any challenge or battle scenario. Achieving this took several steps, from duplicating single traits, combining multiple traits, to finally using the 3-trait deviants as fusion materials, but the result is well worth the effort. With patience, planning, and the right fusion setup, you can replicate this process to create multiple Chaos Snow Sprites or other deviants with the exact traits and stats you want, giving you a strong advantage in the game. Remember, the key is to systematically build and duplicate traits while keeping backup copies, so you'll always have the resources to craft the perfect deviant. And that's it for today's guide on duplicating and combining traits to create a fully optimized Chaos Snow Sprite. I hope you found this video helpful and that it gives you the confidence to start building your own powerful deviants. If you enjoyed this guide, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.